everyone, this is Kim and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am really excited to finally start this channel and bring you guys with me on my journey of healing eczema and topical steroid withdrawal naturally. So I hope you guys liked the first video, and without further ado, let's go ahead.
There is a story, it was written for each of us, and it's yet to be told.
This year, February, officially marked the day that I have been experiencing topical steroid withdrawal for 2 years. And it was a huge celebration for me that it really reminds me of how far I have come. And before jumping into how it started and where I am at right now, I would really like to bring you guys back to my journey of my history of eczema. So basically, ever since I was a kid, I struggled with eczema, and with skin diseases and allergy, it runs in my family, and that genetic vulnerability definitely affected my health in a major way. I still remember I had really bad eczema in elementary school, which caused my eyebrows to completely fall off. And I also have eczema covering most of my body as well. My face, my neck, all those folding areas was the worst spots for eczema. And with a lot of years of Chinese medication and acupuncture, I was able to manage my eczema. I would say that it was really good for about 5 years when I was in secondary school. And I moved to Toronto when I was grade 12, which is Form 6 in Hong Kong. And coming to Toronto by myself when I was 17, and the first year in Toronto, I need to get used to the new education system, need to overcome the fact that I was in a foreign country by myself without my family. And that was a really tough and stressful time for me, that I would say stress is not my best friend. For anyone who struggle with eczema, definitely can relate that every time when you are stressed, it may affect your sleep schedule, it may causes more inflammation, more itchiness, and that was what happened to me when I was in grade 12. And I started also using steroid, but in a really moderate level at that time, and everything was under control until I was in university. I think the last year of university, definitely a lot of stress too, because I need to think about my future, whether I want to stay in Toronto or not, and also with whether I'm gonna be applying for my dietitian practicum or not, which is really competitive, and that added a lot of stress, I would say, in my life. And that's also when my eczema started to really act up again. And with the topical steroid that I was using, I started using more and applying it on more spot on my skin of my body as well. And it started getting out of control, I would say. And that's when I went to dermatologist, went to allergists, my doctors, my physicians, and I got prescribed oral steroid. I got prescribed a lot of different types of topical steroid as well. And I do remember each time when I got topical steroid, I got more, the amount has increased, and I also got prescribed more concentrated steroid every time as well. And I still remember the first day when I do apply steroid on on my body. I would say on 90% of my body after my dermatologist visit. It was a magical moment that within one night everything went away, and I still remember the joy that I was experiencing, because I was so happy that I can live my life again. I can go out and hang out with friends again without being self-conscious, and it was amazing for about a month. And I started realizing that with the same amount of steroid that I'm putting on my skin, the miracle went away. My skin was still acting up. I was still having inflammation. I was also taking antihistamine every day, but I don't think that they were doing anything to my body anymore. And it wasn't an alarm. It wasn't an alarm that my immune system was not okay until I got 2 anaphylactic shock within 3 months, and it was definitely a moment in my life that I would never forget. The moment that I feel like I lost control of my health. The moment that I felt like my skin condition, my immune system can kill me. And that was also my first time calling an ambulance, going to ER as well. And that was the time that I know that my body is telling me that something is wrong, Kim. Something is really wrong, and the medication that you're taking right now is not helping you. I went back to Hong Kong for a month in December 2018. I also went to see my allergist, and we find out that I actually developed a lot of different types of allergies to food, to the environment. And one huge discovery that we have is that I developed gluten allergy, which gluten is basically everywhere in your life, from soy sauce to pasta, bread, cake, cookies, pastries, basically anything. And soups also contain flours as well. Basically everything in life contains gluten. And at that moment, it was an aha moment for me that I was so happy, I was celebrating, even though it means that I need to cut out gluten from my diet. But I was so happy that in my head I was like, everything makes sense. All those weird, unexplainable reaction makes sense. And I was telling myself that once I cut out gluten in my life, I will be able to live my life again. I will be able to be inflammation free again. But it wasn't true. And the time when I cut down gluten, completely cut out gluten in my life was January 2019. And it was within a month that I realizing that even cutting out gluten completely in my life, my body is still acting up. My skin is still flaring up, and not to mention my immune system is still going crazy. And that's when I started doing research online, watching YouTube as well, seeing how people are able to heal themselves naturally from eczema. And that was the moment in February that I decided to go cold turkey, to stop taking medication, antihistamine, stop using steroid, because I just don't see myself relying on medication for my entire life, which was told by my dermatologist. In my head, I didn't want to believe in it. I didn't want to believe that I was only 21 years old, and I don't want to believe that I need to rely on medication to be healthy for my entire life. So with my background in nutrition as well, I decided to heal myself naturally with nutrition, with supplements, taking a leap of faith to carry on. And that's when my journey actually started. My immune system definitely went really crazy ever since I stopped taking medication and using steroid, because my immune system was just to a point that my immune system didn't know how to regulate itself anymore. My immune system was solely relying on all these medication to, I would say, to relieving some of the symptoms that I was having. But at that time, I would say that my skin was painful, it was inflamed, it was really itchy. It was already out of control, even with medication. And after I stopped using steroid, it was a crazy journey at the beginning. I didn't know what happened, but at the same time, with the faith, the belief that I have in the natural healing power of our body, I didn't give up, and I started posting my journey on Instagram. I started an Instagram called Eczema Warrior KC, and now I changed the name into Kim C Warrior. But yeah, I started to share my journey to the eczema community, and I also started writing my own blog as well, as a way, I would say, to share my voice, but at the same time to heal myself as well, to give confidence to myself when I am empowering other people. It also empowered myself as well. And I believe in April 2019, I got reached out from people from the TSW community, informing me or showing me about what TSW, Topical Steroid Withdrawal, is about. And immediately I resonated, and that was the moment I know that it wasn't eczema that I was fighting at that moment. It was a complication, a medical complication that caused by prolonged use of topical steroid on the skin, and which is called TSW, Topical Steroid Withdrawal. And the symptoms of TSW is a lot more severe than eczema, and other than the inflammation, the itchiness that you're gonna get with TSW, it was everything all in one, with your skin being swollen, your skin feeling it's burning, and the affected area of TSW is honestly almost 90% of the skin. A lot of people call it the red sleeve syndrome, and basically it's because all your hand, you can see that it's all inflamed, it's red or different colors, depends on your skin color. And that was the moment I realized that it was TSW, and it was a really tough journey, I would say, because I was also in school for the last semester of university, and to be really honest, I skipped most of the classes. I only went to that one course that take attendance, and I went to all midterms and finals, and that was it. It affected me physically, definitely physically and also mentally as well, because when TSW started, I started staying home all the time because of the pain that I was experiencing. I didn't want to go out. My skin was also really sensitive to cold as well. So living in Toronto, going out every single time, I really need to cover up all my skin and even with my face as well, because going out within 5 minutes, I will have hives developed all over my skin if it's not covered. And I also lost confidence as well. I lost the self-love and self-confidence that I always have ever since I was a kid. TSW really hit me to rock bottom, and being by myself without family supporting me in Toronto was really challenging, because there are days that I couldn't sleep at all, and when I finally be able to sleep, it will be in the morning when the sun is up, and I had no motivation to do anything. I was depressed. I didn't want to eat at all, and it was challenging to take care of myself, and to see myself losing that self-love and self-confidence, I would say, is the worst part of TSW. It was worse than any physical discomfort that I was experiencing, because I can endure the pain, the itchiness. But the fact that I wanted to give up on myself, and the fact that even the thought of wanting to hurt myself was already scary enough. And definitely the reason why, without self-love, the reason why I still got going is because I know that there are people who love me. Yeah, I didn't want my mom to wake up one day and know that they lost me because I lost the battle in TSW. So yeah, and it was the love from other people that really get me going. And yeah, and fast forward to today, 2 years of TSW, I've learned a lot. I have grown a lot, and there is a strength within me that will never get shaken. That will never get shaken. No matter how bad my skin gets, I am really confident that even though if tomorrow my skin flare up, that self-love, that self-confidence and strength will still be there because of all the lessons that I've learned from TSW. And right now my skin do inflamed. I'm still struggling with inflammation as well. I'm still healing myself naturally, but as you guys can tell, a lot better, a lot better than where I started, and I'm feeling a lot of energy as well. I am feeling the power of my body, the power of natural healing as well, because I never thought that without medication my skin will be actually better than taking medication. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to talk to you guys, to make more video on this channel as well, to share more part of my journey, including the nutrition part and including the work that I have been doing, not just with nutrition but also with hypnosis, with meditation as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to continue to share this journey with you guys, and I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys will kindly give some like or subscription to this channel as well. And to all my eczema and TSW warrior out there, you are not alone, and never give up.
Baby